What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming. I hope you're all doing okay. Staff, Jaguars, this is it. Part 8, the final part of our mega crossover review of the Batman Arkham Knight video game. Now, let's just briefly go over what was covered on the previous 7 parts of this mega review. First, we had the staff meeting to start things off. We had our live interview with Harley Quinn, a sample playthrough of the game showing Batman taking on the Arkham Knight's militia. We talked about the tech problems with the PC version of the game, went into details about the Batmobile and showed it in action, showed Batgirl's section of the game, A Matter of Family, showed everyone our top 10 characters of the game, and had an epic and dramatic interview with the Dark Knight himself from the Batman Arkham Knight video game.
Now, that's the elephant in the room that we want to discuss with you, Ralph.
I had a feeling it would be.
And the other elephant in the room would have to be the tension between Naruto and Rocky. They've butt heads before. But in parts 5 and then 7 of this mega review, they almost came to blows before you stepped in, Ralph. Like we discussed in part 6, yeah, they argued, and Ralph stopped them and put them in line.
I saw that. Way to go. Ralph, you were epic.
Thanks, Sean. But it wasn't much. I just got us all on the same page and got us back on track. It wasn't the first time that Rocky and Naruto went at it, and I have a feeling that it won't be the last.
Well, speaking of people going at it, Ralph, you and Batman really had it out.
Yeah, watching that was really breathtaking. When you sent Naruto, Rocky, and CC out of the room, it was a huge sign that something was about to go down. And it did go down. Big time, too. So, maybe it was a good thing that Ralph sent them all out of the room.
Because of the way that I was feeling about this whole thing, being the way that the game ended, and Batman's actions, I really felt that the discussion between the Dark Knight and I would get heated, and I didn't want to make a drama scene in front of Rocky, CC, and Naruto.
But they're going to see it anyway, during playback.
Yes, that is true, but if they had stayed in a room and that drama between Batman and I went down before their very eyes, they probably wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Because Batman is their hero, and Ralph didn't want them to see him yelling at Batman, Naruto, Rocky, and CC will see it on playback. But they will understand why Ralph asked them to leave the room for that part of the discussion.
That's a very good point, Brittany.
So, Ralph, you said that you don't like the ending of Batman Arkham Knight. Why?
Because I'm concerned about the message that it will send. In the near end, the Scarecrow had captured both Robin and Commissioner James Gordon, and then Scarecrow laid down an ultimatum. Batman was to turn himself into Scarecrow and reveal his secret identity to the world, or Scarecrow would kill both Robin and James Gordon. And Batman did it. He turned himself over to the Scarecrow, and his identity was revealed to the whole entire world to see. And now there's no hiding for Batman. Everyone knows who he is, and I feel like for years, with the world not knowing who Batman is, that is what made him invincible. That is what helped him scare the bad guys and fight evil. Now because of what happened in Arkham Knight, everything is ruined. Just think about it. How many times before this game has Batman been in a situation like this? At every hostage situation, should the superhero take his mask off? No, because it won't help the situation. It may even make the situation worse. The hostage would die anyway.
Well, Ralph, I think it all depends on how you look at it. Before, Batman could only come out at night, simply because that's when he's at his best. That's when he could sneak around easily and not be discovered. In this story, for years, Batman had been a dark and mysterious figure, but because of the events of Arkham City, everything has changed. Like Batman told Catwoman, he felt like he had to become something much more to fight the evil in Gotham, since Gotham has become much more darker.
So, we need Batman in the daytime, as well as the night.
Exactly.
But when Batman allowed his secret to be revealed, what did the Scarecrow do? Did he release Robin and James Gordon? No. He took out a handgun and pointed it at Bruce Wayne's head. So you see, in a hostage situation, giving the bad guys what they want isn't the answer.
No one said that was the answer, Ralph. And Scarecrow said that Batman is nothing without his secret, but he was proven wrong. As you saw in the end, Scarecrow was still defeated.
And the bad guys will still fear Batman, whether they know who he is or not.
That's right. I think it still works. I think Batman is still scary, even though his secret has been revealed.
And, Ralph, we have to keep in mind that it was Rocksteady and Warner Brothers that wrote and developed this particular game for Batman. This was their doing. So, if you're mad, be mad at Rocksteady and Warner Brothers.
And in their version of the story for this game, they're saying that, because of the 10+ years that Batman has put in fighting the supervillains of Gotham, there's no need for the Bruce Wayne mask. Now Batman can wear his true face. The one that the criminals fear, and continue his lifelong mission, and protect Gotham from evil. So the bottom line is for this game, Batman, Arkham Knight, some will get it, and some won't.
Well, I don't get it, and I don't like it. Now, please don't get me wrong, Brittany, I hear what you're saying, and after the way that you just broke it down for me, it makes sense. And this is not me blowing a tantrum and going into a fit. I hear what you're saying, Brittany. I hear what you're all saying. And it all makes sense. But I still feel like the way this game ended sends a bad message. Bad. Just think. Whenever lives are threatened, should the superhero just instantly take his mask off and reveal his secret identity without exploring other options first? I think not. I really appreciate the breakdown and explanation from everyone, but being a die-hard fan of Batman for years, I just can't swallow this ending.
No one is asking you to swallow it, Ralph. This is Rocksteady and Warner Brothers doing. It is what it is.
By the time that the fans watch this installment of our mega review, it will be September. Has the PC version of Batman Arkham Knight been fixed?
You know me, Natasha. I did research into this, and according to Yahoo News, written by Ben Kutcher, an interim patch was recently released for testing and was released for everyone who has already purchased the game on PC. So here's what the patch is supposed to provide. Some specifics here. Reduced frame rate hitches, optimization for system memory and RAM uses, improved performance on all GPUs, requires the latest drivers, more comprehensive in-game settings, fixed low-resolution texture bugs, fixed hitches when running the mechanical hard drives, HDD. This is what you can expect from future updates. Adding support for SLI and Crossfire, adding support for the latest DLC and Season Pass content, adding support for additional updates such as photo mode, continued improvements and bug fixing for a Windows 7 specific memory issue that occurs on configurations with 8 GB of system RAM and some NVIDIA GPUs during extended gameplay. Continued improvement for Windows 10 specific issues on systems with some AMD GPUs. A statement was made about this issue by Warner Brothers, and I quote, "We would like to thank everyone for their patience and invaluable feedback. We'll provide ongoing updates here as they are made available. In the meantime, please enjoy the game with the latest patch." Unquote. And guess what, Jaguars and fans of this game? As of all that writing, the game is still not for sale on Steam. They're still working on it, I hope.
Amazing.
This is one of the reasons why I don't play major video games myself. I leave it to the experts like DSP and the Rad Brad.
But DSP is not really an expert at these games, Ralph.
That may be, Eric, but DSP is very successful on YouTube, whether people like him or not.
The people who bought this game on PC are still out of luck, Ralph.
Well, it's been a rough summer for us all, Lisa. Real rough. I was lucky to survive mine.
They're still working on it, Lisa.
They may be working on it for a long time.
Alright, Jaguars. If it's okay with you, I think it's time to start wrapping this up. And let's just go around and have everyone give their final thoughts about this game. Batman Arkham Knight. We'll start with you, Sean.
I think this game is epic. The Arkham Knight and the Joker made this game epic.
This is definitely a great game. The story and action was really intense. All video gamers must have this game.
This game had so many plots and surprises in it, and shockers were shocking. Rocksteady really put Batman in a position that he's never been in before. This game is amazing. In this game, you've never seen Batman like this before. And Ralph, I know that you have been watching Batman stuff for a very long time. And I can see why you have such a hard time accepting the ending of this game. He's very different in Arkham Knight.
I think this was a totally different Batman this time around. But he was always dark and mysterious before, but this time, a little too dark. I guess, when the Joker died, it changed everything. And I do mean everything, but this is still the best Batman game so far.
I also think that this is the best Batman game yet. It easily beat out all the others. But is it just me, or did the Batmobile dominate most of this game?
I think it did, Lisa. Because of the Batmobile, Naruto compared Batman Arkham Knight to Grand Theft Auto 5. which only makes sense if you'll watch DSP play those games.
There's a lot of Let's Players to choose from. It doesn't always have to be DSP.
Despite its controversial ending, I think that Batman Arkham Knight is the most epic Batman game ever. In fact, it's the most epic game of the summer of 2015. I definitely recommend that all video gamers get this game, even if you're not a Batman fan. Who knows, after playing this game, you may become a Batman fan. In closing, the staff of Ralph J Images, including myself, have reviewed this epic game, and I feel like it is a blockbuster. A huge shout out to Creative Commons for allowing us to use footage of the game. A huge shout out to YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, none of us would be here. And most definitely a huge shout out to our Jaguars, Batman fans of this game and video games in general, because it's you that really made this all possible. Thank you all very much. I would really appreciate if you all would watch the previous parts of this mega crossover review, and please check out our other web series and YouTube channels. We got more great stuff coming, so stay tuned, Jaguars. Batman Arkham Knight is so mother effing epic. Peace out, till later.